Hello. I just need to add some things into the video. So I'm filming this the day after I filmed the video, and just whilst I'm trying to edit this video together. There's just a few bits that I forgot to say that I'm just going to put at the start of the video before I go into how to make the recipe. So one of the first things that I forgot to say is that today's recipe will be a really nice and simple beginner recipe. Really easy and really cheap. Another thing that I forgot to say is that when I went shopping, there were a couple of ingredients that I weren't able to get at Asda, just because the whole COVID-19 thing means a lot of things are off the shelf. So the corn flour and baby corn I wasn't able to get at Asda. So what I did was I brought them from Sainsbury's, but calculated the price to be as though I had brought them from Asda. So because by the time we go back to university, they should all be on stock and everything should be back to normal, hopefully. And that's it. I just need to add those two bits in. I hope you enjoyed the video. And welcome back to the second episode of Uni Cooking. So today we are going to be making a stir fry. The sauce for our stir fry will be a maple and ginger stir fry sauce. And to go with that, we're going to grill some baby corn and some sugar snap peas. And we've also got some bean sprouts. I'm going to accompany with those with some egg noodles, and we're just going to have a garnish of some cashew nuts. So I'm just going to make the sauce for now. So this is about 5 hours before I'm going to start cooking the meal. It's just so that the marination and the sauce can all just fuse together, and it'll be a really nice cohesive sauce. So for the sauce, the only thing that you're really going to have to do is just grate some garlic. So first, when you're grating garlic, you want to get the rough skin off. So the best way to do that is really with a spoon. So just with a spoon, just scrape it all down. And then, so we're going to need a tablespoon of ginger. So yeah, if you just scrape it down with the back of your spoon, and you'll be able to get that skin off really easy. There are other ways you can do it. But yeah, this is the only real prep that we're going to have to do for this sauce. It's just really easy, this sauce. You can get jars of like pre-grated ginger, but because I'm trying to do this on a budget, I decided against that. But you can, it's easy. It's one of the episodes I want to do is try to make some garlic and some ginger paste. So yeah, you can always go for the pre-grated, and it's a lot easier and make this recipe even easier than it already is. So yeah, I've got the skin off of quite a bit of it now, and we only need 2 tablespoons of this. So I'm just going to move the peel over to the side. So then to grate it, I've just got one of a grater with all the small bits. So this is on one of the sides of the 4-sided grater. So I'm just gonna grate it. This sauce is a bit spicy. We've got some red chili flakes going in there as well. So if you're not a big fan of spice, which I know some people aren't, I would just cut back on the chili flakes, just because ginger's already quite a spicy sort of root. So you won't be missing out on too much spice if you don't include the chilies. So yeah, we've got 2 tablespoons there. So that just goes into our little pot that we're going to have the marinade sauce in. And then make sure you scrape off the bits inside. So yeah, you just want to finely grate that. So yeah, you really want to use the sort of microplane sort of side. So yeah, so we'll put that to the side, and then just to go with the sauce, we have 3 tablespoons worth of soy sauce. And I just want to say this now, this is a recipe for 4 because I'm cooking for my whole family later. We've then got 5 tablespoons worth of maple syrup going there. So that's where the sweetness is going to come from that you usually expect from sort of like a sweet and sour or a stir fry sauce. And then we have our sesame oil. We've only got a teaspoon worth of that. Just scrape all of that in there. And then we have half a teaspoon worth of chili flakes. And that'll go in there. And then to finish it off, just to bring it together to make it a bit thicker, we've got a teaspoon worth of corn flour. So that'll go in there, and then I'll give that a mix about. So I'll close the lid and mix it up a bit. And then I'll leave this for about 5 hours. just to get, you know, with the garlic in there, because you've got the garlic, you want the flavours to start dispersing into the sauce. So yeah, we've got our sauce now there. It's quite loose, but it should start to thicken up with that corn flour in there. And it'll be really nice with the, you know, our baby corn and our peas. So I'll see you in about 5 hours or 2 seconds with editing. And then we'll get into cooking the actual stir fry. Okay, so welcome back. It's about 5 hours later. Excuse the change in what I'm wearing. I just had to help my mum with some gardening and stuff, so I got that dirty. So yeah, so we just got one griddle iron here, just really warm now. So I'll add to that, I'll add my peas and the corn. I've just put a little bit of sesame oil on that. And then we've got another pan over here. So to just start off with, I'm just gonna add some tofu I got to that. So just because my family is vegetarian, I'll add some tofu to that first. So I'll put that in first, keep mixing that. And then I'll also put this on. I put it on the griddle just because I want to get some nice colours coming off of that. So yeah, I'll just start mixing it. So this needs 2 minutes before I put the bean sprouts in. And I'll put the noodles in the same time as that. And then once I put the bean sprouts and the noodles in, I'll put our sauce in that we made as well earlier. So yeah, I'll just get that nice mixed up. And then, yeah, the griddle iron should get really nice and hot, and then should give us some nice colour on our veggies, which we'll add right at the end. It'll be really nice. So yeah, this is a really nice, easy meal. So the price of the meal without the tofu is 98 pence. So it's under that £1 limit. And then if you did want to add the tofu or any other protein, it will of course be high. With the tofu, it was extra 25p, so it's up to £1.23 pence. Proteins that I would say to go with this is either just some normal chicken breast, just quickly fry that up, it'll be really nice with it, or go with some nice stir-fried beef. So it's beef that's just been really cut thin, and you don't need any time cooking that. It's honestly in and out for that. So yeah. So with stir-fry, it's a really quick, easy meal that you can make. It's got no effort in it whatsoever. And it's just, you know, easy to do. Okay, so I'm just turning the heat down on the tofu now. So that's just heating up now. I'm just going to put in our bean sprouts. And then our noodles. And then I'm just also adding in our sauce now as well, that we made earlier. And that all just need a good mix together. And it'll all just start coming together and it'll be really nice. And you can, like, just from here I can smell the ginger and it's so nice. And it works so well with the sweetness from the maple. And it's really nice. And then when these are done, they're already starting to get a bit of colour, as you can see. Let me just try and see if I can show you. There's a bit of colour coming on them. So it'll go really nice with the noodles and everything, and it will just all come together really nicely. Yeah. So I'm making this for 4 people, but as I said before, the price is just for 1 bowl. But yeah, I try to do each recipe just for 1 person, just because it's easier to scale up. So say if you've got 2 or 3, you know, it's easy to scale up. Whereas if I just did it as, you know, each ingredient was for 4 people, then it'd make it harder to scale up or down. So it's mainly for you, just so it's easy to follow along with. So I'm just turning the heat up a bit more on the mixture of the noodles and the bean sprouts, and just whilst these veggies are cooking as well. You can see the nice brown coming onto those. So yeah, I just wanted a bit of, you know, the bitter taste from the charring on them. I just thought it'd be really nice. So I'm just gonna go and put these into there now, and then just whack the heat up real high on the. That's all nicely come together now. So I'm just gonna put it whack it right onto some high heat, just so it all comes together. It's just really nice, really fragrant. That'd be a really nice meal.
And then just to go on top of it, I'm just going to put some cashews just to add an extra bit of texture. And it'll just be really nice. And you've got the different textures from the corn, the peas, you know. Then you've got the softer textures from the bean sprouts and the noodles especially. So yeah, that's all come together now. It's looking really good, as you can see. I'm just going to put it in the bowl and that'll be done. And as you can see, that's a really nice, quick and easy meal. That took me about 5 minutes just to cook up. And it's really nice and simple. So I hope you join me on the next episode of Uni Cooking, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Take care.